Blessings, guys. I'm here. I'm gonna try to talk about the energies that are right now. And so many of you sent in so many questions that you're having right now. So I will be talking around those matters. And it's so interesting to see that actually at this moment, it can be felt like it's more intense to be awake than to be asleep. And I sometimes ask myself, right? It's like, okay, should it be easier to be totally asleep and just, walking as a zombie? And yes, in this right now where we are, we might experience it as more challenging to be awake. I wrote a post about this on Facebook because we have arrived at where we wanted to be because we are awake. We have awakened from this long sleep and we understand that separation is an illusion. And that is the main program that are streaming into our field. Everything that they stream through social media, TV, through the water, through the 5G, is to create a sense of separation, that you are less or better than. This comparing, feeling separating, feeling like you're alone, like there's no one else like you, all of these things. So returning back to source, returning back to the highest vibration there is, actually up to God's source, where we all seeded out from once upon a time. That is the solution of all these questions you guys sent me. I mean, there's many different small layers of each challenge you're experiencing right now. But first of all, we need to look at what we're doing in the outer that holds us back from connecting with the inner. So there's so many outer distractions that, we think we must do, need do, that all the time, every single day, we wake up and we have, let's say, 18 hours. And throughout the day, we think that we need to do so many things. And we get distracted all the time. And if we would be fully sharp, focused and alert and fully connected with our soul all the time and what we need, we wouldn't experience this sense of lack and not being able to be who we are. The main theme right now is that we need to be able to feel safe and be truthful. So more than ever, being honest and being able to speak our truth is crucial. I've said this before, but how much we have elevated in our vibration and energy, if we need to be in an experience around people, at work, in a relationship, where we cannot speak our truth, where we cannot be truthful, that is deadly. It's deadly right now. So many of you are writing that I don't know how to step into my power. I don't know how to do my mission. I don't know why I'm feeling lack of money and why I feel tired and all of those things. And every single moment that you cannot be truthful, that you cannot be yourself, that you are not honest towards yourself and those around you, it's like a little part of you, that part that you have awakened is dying. And then we need to make it start to live again, and then it dies again and dies again. And I mean, once upon a time, and it can happen sometimes, but I go away immediately. Let's say we are in a group of people that, you start to feel that you're starting to explain yourself, or automatically, energetically, you make yourself smaller. That's something to really pay attention to, because your nervous system started to contract you. And we have all worked so much to expand our energy field. We have done so much healing to heal our inner child, to remember who we are. to clear all those lifetimes of persecution and so on and so on. We've done so much clearing. And if we are around people that we feel unsafe to speak our truth with, then that's going to be felt like a deep devastation. It's like a death for the soul. Something else is that if you are in any kind of relationship where you cannot be speaking your truth, that will be affected in so many areas in your life. So being with a person, or, you know, having a relationship or friendship with someone that you cannot be fully honest with, where we are heading right now, we need to be able to be honest in every single moment. Sometimes the truth is not being revealed until we, say, have left a meeting, a dinner, and we come home and we're like, oh my God, I really didn't speak my truth. Then it's important that we can pick up the call and talk about this, because divine light is divine truth. Truth is what is needed on this planet, and through truth, the higher divine love can be anchored into this planet. Back to separation. What the program and the matrix wants to create is for us to feel separated from a higher power than ourselves, which makes the program makes us wanna control everything in our life, plan everything in our life, and we think that everything is up to us. But where we are gonna be liberated and lucky and happy and start to move into the full flow of the universe, like the full manifestation energy that is available for us, with peace and joy and ease and grace, we need to surrender and start to strengthen our connection to the higher vibration, our higher power, however that is being presented to you. I call it God, but I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I believe in this energy. And I know it's important, right, that daily we need to spend this enough time with, like, you know, self-love. So let's say 18 hours a day, we run around and do what we think that everyone else wants us to do. And we don't sit with ourselves, and we don't sit and give ourselves the love that we need to give ourselves. Then it's going to be felt in our nervous system. We will feel sad, we will feel lost, we will feel disconnected. So during these 18 hours a day that we have, our responsibility is really to take care of ourselves first, right? And our connection to higher, to God, to our family of light, our guides. And if you don't see your guides, it is an energy, it's a vibration to connect to, and make a decision to live a life where you hand over the details and you allow yourself to follow the messages that comes through. So this is where everything changes when we start during these 18 hours to really be disciplined and diligent with what we need first. That means having a spiritual practice, number one, every morning. Develop your spiritual practice. Learn how to clear your energy field. Get your soul family. If you don't have people around you that you can be yourself with, that you cannot be all that you are and also be sad. I mean, I'm a spiritual teacher. I cry so much. I break down a lot. And I feel safe to do that because I have chosen to have people around me that don't judge me, that don't think I'm perfect if I don't cry and not perfect if I cry. I feel it's the opposite way around. Being able to be vulnerable, that's being powerful and being free, right? So doing your daily practices, and when you start to feel that something is uncomfortable in your body, or you actually really have started to loop mentally and you feel stuck, then we need to sit with it, and we need to sit until those emotions breaks through. And I can say, after 30 years in this work, it has taken me a long time to not distract myself with other things when this starts to happen. So when I start to feel that a new layer is coming up, I need to take space and sit with it. Play music that is sad, sit with it, feel with it, right? And there's a moment, if we sit and cry and really go into that emotion and feeling, that we need to check, okay, am I starting to feel like a victim here? Do I start to feel very weak? Do I need to call a friend or see someone to kind of make this reversal of energy move upward instead? Because it's so liberating to release. But there's a moment where kind of what they're plugging in, the victim-victimizer program starts to start. And if we're noticing we start to looping downwardly and we're losing energy, we need to let go of that process and go into center and start to practice to bring in source, God, and that vibration. Prayers is incredible. I do say that everyone should do and have your favorite prayers to read every day or create your own prayers, because that's also giving over to an incredible, miraculous energy, to your higher power. If we don't ask, miracle cannot happen. So we do our prayers for ourselves, for those we love, for humanity, and through that way. Another thing is to actually use your mind to when it's needed. We got a mind, a brain to use. So many times I say let go of the mind, right? But there's times to use the brain. And that is when the emotions are looping too much and there's too much in the collective field. We need to use our brain. And the brain can tell you, get yourself out of these loops. You know that you're not a victim, you know that you are not alone, you know that you are united, that there's oneness and oneness exists within you. You know that it's an illusion that you feel unworthy or whatever is coming through, right? So there's a moment we actually need to use our brain and coach ourselves. And this is also a conscious decision that I made a long time ago, where I decided to not say bad words about myself. And if that would happen in any moment, I just stop that. So it's also making a decision, because that's what the Matrix wants us to do. There's so many programs running that wants to make us feel bad, not worthy, low self-esteem, all of these things. So the moment that comes in, know that a negative portal is open and that can start to stream into your field. And that's when we need to be aware and make the shift. And that's where we need to have a strong spiritual practice, a strong connection. And this doesn't happen overnight, but the dedication and the commitment and the willingness to set yourself free. And freedom comes by being honest all the time, not playing, not being an identity, not being a role. You're just setting yourself free over and over again and being honest and truthful. And that means that you're allowed to change all the time. Change and be honest. Change and be honest, right? All the time. That's when you're free. When you're honest, you don't have anything to hide, and that will be felt in your entire nervous system. Then make this daily strong decision to strengthen your connection with God's source, strengthening your spiritual path. I read so many times, many of you asking, you feel frustrated that your spiritual gifts are not coming online. And I've had so many students during these years, and there's a spiritual program about gifts, because we all have gifts and they're all on a line. But they come in the perfect timing, in the perfect moment, and the gifts are always included with you being who you are. Being safe to be all that you are, being honest every single moment. And that means allowing yourself to change, allowing yourself to break yourself free from any boxes that anyone else tries to put you into. Because so many will try to put you into boxes because it's comfortable for them. And you're going to break yourself free over and over and over again. So as you have your self-love daily, you have hours, I would like to say, with yourself, strengthening your connection with higher. You create your own virtues, your core values, and you journal around your core values, and you start to live your life from those core values. You say no after those core values. You say yes after those core values, which mean eventually you have the right people around you. If you say no in regards to your values, you say yes to your values, you will have the right people around you. So it solves itself. But if I sit here and feel like, why is this happening to me? I'm so, why is everyone else happy? I can tell you, it's the victimizer program that has plugged into your field, and it gets more and more cozy in you, and you can go so deep into that comfort zone of being a victimhood, and that's what the controllers wants. But we are not victims. We came here by choice, and that is also something like taking back the power and that self-responsibility. And I came here with a choice. All of us made a choice to be here right now. So either we can go down and feel like a victim. I don't say we cannot be emotional, and have our days. Oh my God, I have so many dark nights of the soul. But I have decided to plug out of the programming immediately if they try to make me a victim. And I go beyond and I say that I'm a sovereign free being. And I'm here to liberate myself and assist the planet into liberation, right? So, truth, being able to be truthful. If not, you will feel it in your throat, in your body. You will feel it everywhere. It's like a disease that just spreads everywhere. And you will start to feel unhappy. And then we need each other. We need to be with our soul family. I can tell you, our nervous system will go into distractions and different addictions and comparison programs and victimhood if we cannot be together. And that's very important, to be together in the physical. I know people say to me, I don't have any around me, but get out on Facebook and ask, is there any spiritual people here? Can we have a gathering? Can we get together and meditate? Can we do a recorded meditation? It's up to us now. And I said yes for a full spiritual awakening, a full ascension cycle here on earth. And I said yes to assist this planet back into unity consciousness. So every day when I feel I just want to contract and hide and isolate myself, I go forward. I use my brain, and my brain say, go out there. This is just an illusion. And then I go back to my heart. So this is really my tips. I talked for a long time now. Know that all of this is a matter of choice. It's a matter of commitment. I know that it's not always easy, but being in truth, 100% truth, is, if I only can give you one advice out of all that I've said now, is to make a choice to live a life always honest, even if that hurts someone's feelings, even if that is uncomfortable for anyone else or for you, even if you feel unsafe. Always speak your truth. Never leave yourself, never leave your truth, never abandon your truth. There's moments where we don't say anything, but we don't tell lies and we don't abandon our truth. Number one of all. And that is not easy, but it's a big game changer. And when we are around people that has the same core values, that wants to push through, I have amazing sisters and brothers, beloveds in my family. We're also freaking willing to push through and be in that 100% light and truth all the time. And that's it. That's it. From there, all else dissolves. All else, when we stop playing, putting on masks, blah, 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 we end the game and we leave the matrix. The moment we do that is when we start to speak our truth. Okay, I think you got the message. Beloveds, I will return during this week and do a transmission. This was really channeled out of all of your answers and really channeled from everything you brought through in the comments today. I will do my regular weekly energy update with activation on Facebook tomorrow, and I promise to do a transmission this week. Okay, thank you for all of your questions. I will post this live now immediately so you can look from it from the beginning, and I hope it makes sense. It's so hard when I get all these codes to make it out into human words, but this is my truth. I love you. Blessings.